Hey, what up everybody? It's Sinny, and this is Gems of War on PS4. And today I'm gonna do something a little bit different. Hopefully you guys like it. Um, I remember when I used to work at a certain job, I would walk around and listen to certain things, sometimes from YouTube, and I would just be listening. And I thought today maybe I would read you the patch notes. We just had patch 4.5 or the 4.5 update, and read some of these patch notes here. While I do an arena on Warlord 1, so the commentary won't exactly match the gameplay per se, like not exactly, but on the screen you're gonna see me playing arena on Warlord 1 using Runic Blade. Um, Reason I'm doing this is in the recent patch they talked about there's going to be changes to the difficulty, the way they do difficulty, so you may not be able to choose different difficulties going forward. So I want to make sure I've always wanted to do this, like see how far I can go in arena on the hardest setting, or see how which setting I can get it completed on. So we're gonna try on Warlord 1 today, but I'm also gonna be reading the patch notes. So maybe if you're chilling, just listening to uh, this video, you can hear the patch notes too, and don't have to read them. You can just listen to me. Okay? So yeah, and this is brought about because the difficulty, like they changed the difficulty stuff on challenges and something else, but we'll see here in the patch notes. But let's get this going here. So it looks like the major thing they did was kingdom progression. Previously, kingdoms would unlock by level, which had several unfortunate side effects for new players. To address these issues, we have changed how kingdom progression works. Rather than becoming available when your hero reaches a certain level, kingdoms will now unlock in small groups whose main quest lines must be completed before the next group unlocks. The gold cost for unlocking a kingdom has not changed significantly from the previous version. Adana now only costs 50 gold. As mentioned, kingdoms will become available to unlock in groups. Completing the quest line of all kingdoms in a group will unlock the next group and give a reward. Any players who have already unlocked all the kingdoms will not be affected by this change, i.e. they will not have to unlock kingdoms a second time. So a lot of this stuff is for like newer players, but there's also stuff for more top tier players, like getting the kingdoms past level 10. But a lot of it's for newer players, but they did include some stuff for us, for some of the higher level players. After updating, players who have already unlocked all kingdoms or completed quest lines will receive kingdom group rewards based on their completed quest lines via the in-game mail, which I've already got mine. It was just a bunch of common troops, it looked like, or just a bunch of troops up through like epic or something, and like a weapon and some other little stuff, nothing too amazing. Many games will now unlock as part of the reward for completing a kingdom group. This includes dungeons, Soulforge, whose unlocked quests have been removed. Quest difficulty will now scale with the kingdom group. Players will be able to see kingdoms from the next kingdom group. Tapping on them will display a new pop-up explaining what quest lines need to be completed before that kingdom is available to be unlocked. So you gotta complete a group of kingdoms before you can get to the next group of kingdoms, I guess. As part of this change, the Gorgotha Unleashed event quest chain will be removed from KZeal. Anyone who's completed it or is in the middle of completing it should not have any issues. Their quest progress will be updated to reflect these changes, and War and Peace has been moved to one of the rewards for completing a kingdom group. Is now the kingdom group reward for the group with KZeal in it. If you want to read about blah blah blah, we're not going to read that. Early game tutorials have been updated to reflect these changes in kingdom progress. The kingdom groups and their completion rewards are below, and there's a chart. So the first one's Broken Spire, which the reward is Arena. Group 1 is Adana and Zalkuri, which is Treasure Hunt. 2 is Karakoth and Divinium Fields, which is the Vault. 3 is Mist of Scales, Forest of Thorns, White Helm, which is Urn of Souls, which gives you 3,000 souls. 4 is Pansvale, Kaziel, and Stormheim, which gives you War and Peace. 5 is Ketar, Dragon's Claw, and Drak Zum, which gives you an Orb of Wisdom. Excuse me. Group 6 is Shinting, Suncrest, and Drifting Sands, which gives you Dungeon. Groshnok, Darkstone, Blighted Lands, and Bright Forest is 7, which is the Soul Forge. 8 is Blackhawk, Wild Plains, Leonis Empire, Sin of Mirage, and that is the Underworld. 9 is Glacial Peaks, Magrim Woods, Galvania, and Zajan, which is Ingot Pack, 10 Epic, 5 Legendary, 1 Mythic. And the final one is Urskaya, Silverglade, Swords Edge, Pride Lands, and Merlantis, which is a Kingdom Deed Pack, which is 1 of each colored deed. So I've already got all these since I've already opened all those kingdoms up through 10, so that's what I was basically talking about earlier, along with some troops, I guess. Kingdom pop-up changes. When selecting a kingdom, players will notice that the menu has undergone a few changes that will make managing kingdoms easier. The Kingdom pop-up menu has surfaced several items that were previously only accessible from the Kingdom menu, including Kingdom Power. Players can now view how many tasks they have currently completed at a glance or open the Kingdom Power menu directly. Kingdom Level. Players can see the kingdom's current level here and interact with this button to upgrade it directly. Setting Home Kingdom. Players can set Home Kingdom from the Kingdom pop-up menu. Kingdom Info. Kingdom Lore, Tribute, and Gold information can be found here. Class Quest. Class Quest, if available, can be seen here. The options of Set Home Kingdom, Kingdom Info, and Class Quests are not available until players complete the Kingdom's quest line. This means that quest lines need to be completed before players can set a kingdom as their home kingdom. So you can't set like Whitehelm right away. You have to go through and complete that kingdom grouping. We have removed the gold cost for changing home kingdom. Home kingdoms will gain a special border around the quest area to show that this kingdom is the home kingdom, as well as the regular visual change on the world map. The Set Home Kingdom button will also disappear if a kingdom is already set as the home kingdom. Instead of the Kingdom class quest starting after completing the quest line, we have separated it out to ensure the end of a quest line is clear to player. If a class quest is available, players can now tap the Class Quest button on the Kingdom pop-up menu and be taken straight to the class quest. Tapping on Kingdom Level button will take players to the Kingdom Leveling menu. Tapping on the Kingdom Power button will bring up the current tasks required to earn the next level of Kingdom Power, as well as being able to view the Kingdom bonuses. The Challenge button has been updated to match the changes to challenges, which is coming up soon. We'll be reading that shortly. So all that's just like, makes everything easier as far as progressing your kingdoms, and it kind of gives you direction when you're a new player to like do them in a certain order, and all that. Alright, so next is Kingdom Leveling. Kingdom Leveling has had an upgrade to improve rewards given to players at each level. Kingdoms can now be leveled to 15, and for thematic purposes, each level now has a building name related to the bonus it gives. Kingdoms will continue to need gold for leveling, but will also require a new resource called Deeds to go beyond level 10. So we can now level our kingdoms up to 15 instead of 10, and it's going to cost a new resource called Deeds. Tribute and Gem Mastery rewards will be the same as they previously were. However, they will not increase after Kingdom level 10. There are 7 types of deeds, 1 for each color, and the Imperial Deed. Kingdoms will use deeds that match the color of the Gem Mastery they give, but all will need Imperial Deeds to reach the final levels. Deeds can be found from the Adventure board or in flash offers. We will be sending everyone in the game some free colored deeds, which will only be available to be received for the first 2 weeks of the update. I've already got those 2. It's like 3 of each color, or 1 of each color, something like that. Kingdoms can now be upgraded multiple levels at once if you have sufficient gold and deeds for the levels over 10. The kingdom leveling menu has been updated so players can see the rewards given for each level and the cumulative costs for leveling a kingdom. The kingdom leveling menu also displays a list of bonuses unlocked so players are able to see their current bonuses for that kingdom. The kingdom leveling rewards are as follows. One is called Tower, and it's +1 mastery, and 1% tribute chance. 2 is called Housing, 2% tribute chance, 1 rare troop. 3 is called a Well, it's 3% tribute chance, +3 mastery. 4 is called an Inn, it has a 4% tribute chance, and the bonus is 1 ultra rare troop. 5 is called an Obelisk, it has a 5% tribute chance, and the bonus is +3 mastery. 6 is called a Keep, there's a 6% tribute chance, and team bonus upgrade number 1 for that bonus. And let's see here, level 7 is called the Stables. The tribute chance is 7%, and you get 1 epic troop predetermined for each kingdom. 8 is called Mage Guild, 8% tribute chance, +3 mastery. 9 is called Fortress, 9% tribute chance, team bonus upgrade 2. 10 is Fountain, 10%, +1 skill point. 11 is Castle, 10% team bonus upgrade 3. 12 is Portal, 10% +25% faction Horde bonus. 13 is Citadel, 10% team bonus upgrade 4. 14 Armory, 10% +25% faction Horde bonus. 15 Statue, 10% +1 skill point. So that'll be cool to get another skill point out of your kingdoms. So you might want to upgrade your magic kingdoms first with your deeds, just a heads up. Team bonus upgrades give a special kingdom team bonus for unique groups of 2, 3, and 4 troops. The exact bonus is based on what skill point the kingdom gives. So that's what they were talking about with the team bonus upgrade 2, 3, and 4. I guess if you use a team with troops from the same kingdom, they're going to be stronger, have more synergy when they're used together. Kingdom team bonus pets will also multiply the kingdom team bonus upgrade as well as the regular kingdom team bonus. So pets a little more useful as you upgrade your kingdoms. The faction horde bonus increases the skill point bonus that is given in the kingdom's sister faction from its horde level, if it's available. So more towards your faction associated with that kingdom. There's more, and you can read more on gemsofwar.com. The challenge rework. So this is the other thing, big thing. So we had kingdom leveling, kingdom pop-up changes, and kingdom progression so far. So they changed how kingdoms progress. They made it look better with the pop-up changes, easier for newer players, just more convenient. And then the kingdom leveling going up to 15, adding deeds and all that. Now the challenge rework. We are changing challenges to actually be challenges with worthwhile rewards. So it's not all souls now, by the way. I think they added other rewards than just souls. Challenges are now split into 10 tiers, each tier getting progressively harder. Tiers must be played in order from tier 1 to 10. Each challenge in a tier must be completed before players unlock the next tier. Each challenge in a tier will gain 1 level from the previous challenge. Each challenge only needs to be played once to complete a tier, so 7 battles completes a tier. Players who have 5-starred all their challenges in a kingdom will start at tier 2 for that kingdom. So if you've already done all your challenges, you're going to start on tier 2. And whatever kingdom, if you've done all your challenges in a kingdom, you're going to start on tier 2 with this new patch or whatever. Players who have not 5-starred all their challenges start at tier 1 with any 5-starred challenges marked as complete. Each tier will give a reward for both completing an individual challenge and for finishing the entire tier. Challenge battles are not replayable once completed and will only give their reward once. You can't do them over and over like you were previously able to. Once a player completes tier 10, they will no longer be able to play challenges in that kingdom. So it's kind of like quests. Some challenge battles have changed what troops are in them to better reflect newer troops that have been released, or to balance the difficulty for when players encounter it. For example, Gob Chomper was a little too tough for newbies in the first Broken Spire challenge. Yeah, because he could devour you if you had Goblin, and usually you had Goblin around that time. I think that's why. Challenge battles will give 2 champion EXP to the class of any hero playing them, so that's cool. Used to be 1, now it's 2. That's great. The challenge menu has been changed. The challenge menu has been updated to reflect these challenge changes. The challenge rewards for battles and tier can be found below. There's a nice little chart. Tier 1 gives souls, I guess 50, and then 500 for the tier. So 50 per battle, 500 for tier. Tier 2 gives glory, 25 per battle, 250 for the tier. Tier 3 gives gold, 1,000 per battle, 10,000 for the tier. Tier 4 gives trait stones, 5 minor per battle, 3 for completing the tier. 3 arcane for completing the tier. Tier 5 gives keys. Each battle gives 1 gem key, and for completing the tier you get 3 event keys. Tier 6 gives ingots. Each battle gives 2 ultra rare, and the tier gives 3 epic. Tier 7 gives chaos shards, 10 per battle and 100 for the tier. Tier 8 gives jewels and diamonds, 20 jewels for each battle and 10 diamonds for the tier. Tier 9 gives ingots, 1 legendary per battle or 2 mythic for the tier. And Tier 10 gives chaos shards, 15 per battle, 150 for the tier. So that's the new challenge changes. Game difficulty is the next topic. The difficulty system is in the middle of a rework which players will notice over the next couple of updates. So that's what I'm saying. That's why I'm playing Arena here. They may or may not change Arena. I'm not sure. So, you know, just for my own, like, satisfaction, I'm seeing how high up in the difficulty I can go on Arena just for fun. So I'm trying in a Warlord 1 here. You can see using Runic Blade. And I have videos on how to do Arena. So if you want to try it for yourself, go check out my Arena guide. And I recommend Runic Blade. Don't have to have Dawnbringer. I think Runic Blade's even better. It scales better in my opinion. But anyway, game difficulty. Quest battles now have auto scaling based on the kingdom group in which they unlock. So no more you can't use the slider to make it hard, or Warlord 1, Warlord 2, Warlord 3. It's just a certain difficulty per kingdom group. Challenge battles have a new mechanic that unlocks harder versions, but they also have more appropriate and more useful rewards for the levels at which players complete them. So pretty much they're taking out like you're not gonna make something harder on your own. It's gonna be the same difficulty for everybody. So that's, you know, it made me a little nervous. That's why I want to try to do this Arena. I don't know. So that's basically it for that. They said it's in the middle of a rework that's gonna keep, you know, they're gonna keep updating and further updates. So this isn't the end of it. So that's why I'm trying Arena on hopefully Warlord 3 or whatever. See how far I can go. New status effect is the next topic. Reflect. We have a new status effect, Reflect. After a troop takes damage, Reflect will take 50% of that damage from skulls, spell, and traits and reflect it back to the enemy who caused it. Reflect will dispel once damage has been taken, so it only activates once. Reflect does not protect its troop from any of the damage taken. Reflect damage is rounded down. However, Reflect will always deal a minimum of at least 1 damage, even if that damage that triggered it was 1. Reflect damage is counted as special damage, so damage reduction traits such as armored or spell armor will not apply to the damage dealt by Reflect. Reflect only applies if an enemy deals damage. Allies dealing damage will not trigger Reflect, nor will status effects. Positive effects and healing have no interaction with Reflect. Alright, I got about 3 minutes left, so there's some balance changes. They changed the spell term eliminate. Let's see if I can... Sword of Heroes. Spell damage now scales off half magic. They changed a bunch of the early game weapons. Wizard's Wand base spell damage has been increased from 2 to 5. Crude Club spell damage now scales off half magic. Spell base damage has been increased from 2 to 6. It's just all these early game weapons have been made better, basically. Sunbolt Javelin base spell damage has been increased from 2 to 5. Just all these Bloody Axe, Wicked Scythe, Piercing Lance, Spirit Staff, Axe of Spire, all been made better. Axe of the Spire's base spell damage has been increased from 1 to 5. Like, they've all been made better, basically. General, they've improved the mail pop-up. When viewing individual mail, the Gnome Vault will show how many vault keys you have in the top right of the screen. The Soul Forge will display the amount you currently own for any resource you can craft. The pet tab, the pet info tab of the pet rescue menu will now display how many copies of the pet you own and its current level. And Raven Towers have been added to the invasions. They have a chance to replace a tower instead of a normal Vow Raven spawning. This means if a Vow Raven would replace a Raven Tower will appear instead. Raven Towers give the same sigil rewards as a Vow Raven. Raven Towers will count as a tower for invasion scores. Raven Towers can only replace towers. Then they fixed some known issues and bugs. Some more bug fixes, daily login rewards, copy paste for teams, and that's about it. So I don't know, hope you guys like this. You can listen to the patch notes instead of reading them. And I have a special message for anybody that's still listening. I'm thinking about putting a link in the description, like under everything else, that might go to my eBay store. And I totally don't need you guys to give me money. There's stuff you can buy on the store. Stuff as cheap as $2.50. With shipping it'd be like $6 or $7. Don't expect anybody to buy anything, but if you do, I'll shout you out, and it would really help me a lot. And if you're still listening, I hope you're the type of person that might want to buy something. Video games, action figures, all that stuff. Like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.